Dozens of first-degree murder cases in Genesee County have been returned to the prosecutor's office for resentencing.
It stems from the U.S. Supreme Court case Miller versus Alabama in 2012. Our Alyssa Irwin joins us here in the studio to explain what that has meant for both the prosecutor's office and those returning to society. Alyssa?
Terry Dawn, the case states it's unconstitutional to sentence juveniles to mandatory life without possibility of parole. Janelle Allen Bay, the executive director for community engagement and Genesee County deputy, says it gives people a second chance, and he works to make sure those juveniles have what it takes to succeed. But this additional time at court comes at a cost, creating a backlog for the county prosecutor's office.
Here's a population that had been disfranchised, probably written off, forgotten about, and now things have changed.
According to the prosecutor's office, Genesee County ranks top 3, just behind Wayne and Macomb for the most cases in the state of juvenile murder cases.
We have to recreate the file. We have to review the file. We have to read the file. We have to find the victims' families. There's a ton of work involved.
And there is also work involved on the community aspect side.
It's definitely not the same community left. And so we had to make sure that we put things in place to be able to speed track them up so that they're prepared for what's happening in society.
Allen Bay says he is a product of second chances, serving his time and now helping those who are getting a second opportunity.
You are a child and an incarcerated, you're growing up mentally, emotionally in prison. And so one of the things that we have to make sure that we have therapy, that we have those things in place.
The prosecutor says since the ruling, juveniles in these situations are now sentenced to 40 to 60-year terms instead of life in prison without parole.
Put forth a great effort to make sure that each case was looked at case by case based on the individual and what happened.
And just over a month ago, the Michigan Court of Appeals ruled that 264 inmates sentenced to life without parole when they were 18 years old must have a chance to argue for a reduced sentence, if not for freedom.
We're having to resentence them under basically the same theory. And I anticipate it will go to 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds, and maybe as high as 21.
Well, advocates like Allen Bay say this development has been great for giving people a second chance. The families of the victims appear to disagree with resentencing. If there is still family left, Prosecutor Layton says they have opposed in every instance. Here in the studio, Alyssa Irwin with ABC 12 News.